Russia is increasingly actively equipping its ships with Kalibr missiles. American experts of the Defense News Project are confident that the new cruise missiles will become one of the main high-precision weapons in the near future. Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu announced at a conference call with the leadership of the armed forces that the future submarine Kronstadt, Lada class, which is under construction, will be able to launch Kalibr cruise missiles. On the same day, official information appeared that the corvette Staragushchi would also receive a new Kalibr NK missile system in the course of modernization work at the Kronstadt naval plant. Mikhail Budnichenko, general director of Sevmash shipyard, announced that the nuclear-powered missile cruiser Admiral Nakhimov will also be armed with Kalibr NK missiles after its repair and modernization. Moreover, not only is the fleet being equipped, but also the flight and combat characteristics of the missiles are being improved. On March 3, the Defense Ministry announced that the submarine Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky of the Pacific Fleet launched the Kalibr cruise missile against a coastal target in the waters of the Sea of Japan. The shot was fired from an underwater position at a land-based target, and the range exceeded 1,000 kilometers, the Defense Ministry reported. The program to equip fleets with Kalibr should terrify Ukraine, whose state propaganda continues to claim that Russia is running out of high-precision weapons. Siddharth Kaushal, Russia sets the fashion for winged missiles for the next decades. The Kalibr family of missiles consists of several variants, including long-range cruise missiles and anti-submarine torpedoes. The closest counterpart is the American Tomahawk, from which the Kalibr differs favorably in many ways. First of all, it has a large number of modifications, writes expert Matthew Bodner. The main role of the Russian Navy is to keep American carrier battle groups away from the coast. Combined with land-based bombers armed with long-range cruise missiles, Russian submarines are designed to overcome missile defenses, Bodner said. We began equipping Russian ships with missiles in the 1990s. And the missiles have since been used, not just as a deterrent, as Bodner writes, but to destroy real targets. Russia wants to be able to arm all its ships with Kalibr cruise missiles, said Siddharth Kaushal, a researcher at the Royal United Services Institute in London. It's a very simple and cheap way to increase force projection. Installing Kalibr cruise missiles on low-cost vessels is the future. Russia is setting the trend with minimal resources, and France and Italy, as well as Greece and Turkey, may follow suit. Other countries are adopting Russia's experience. For example, Algeria has already conducted test launches of the Kalibr missile from one of its Russian Kilo-class submarines. Already in 2019, Russia tried a completely new missile maneuver, launches of Kalibr missiles from moored submarines. The Defense Ministry reported that the test took place on the Kola Peninsula. Missiles were launched from the multi-purpose submarine Severodvinsk, Yasin class, moored in the home port. The maneuver caused consternation in NATO because the westernmost base of the Northern Fleet on the Kola Peninsula is located just 50 kilometers from the Norwegian border with Russia. The new firing maneuver significantly reduces the time it takes to put weapons systems on alert, says Defense News military expert Gerardo Dwyer. The range allows the Kalibr missile to be within range of potential targets in Norway, Finland, and Sweden. Christopher Kawas, the Americans do not and will not have anything even close to Kalibrs in the Navy. Kalibrs first smashed Islamic terrorists in Syria, and now, neo-Nazis from the AFU. The weapon was first used in the Syrian conflict on October 7, when at least 26 missiles were launched from 4 small Russian warships in the Caspian Sea. The flight range exceeded 1,500 kilometers. Another strike was launched from the ships of the Caspian Flotilla on November 20. And in December 2015, missiles launched from submarines in the Mediterranean Sea destroyed militant command posts in Raqqa. The missiles were aimed at the 2 main terrorist positions inside Raqqa. We can say with absolute certainty that significant damage was done to ammunition depots and a mine factory, as well as oil infrastructure, Sergei Shoigu reported to the president. Since then, The Kalibrs have proved their effectiveness on more than one occasion. In particular, in May 2017, the missiles were launched by the frigate Admiral S from the Mediterranean Sea. Now the Kalibrs are used for combined missile and drone strikes against critical infrastructure facilities in Ukraine. The Americans do not yet have anything that closely resembles the Kalibr for the needs of the Navy. The Americans are now developing the Littoral Combat Ship program, the creation of coastal combat ships. However, defense news expert Christopher Kaw is right, the new ships will not be able to carry any missiles like the Kalibr. Hence they won't be able to effectively fulfill their function of increasing the projection of force into new water areas and territories. The Americans will have another 3 years to wait for the missile umbrella. The Ukrainians will not be able to wait at all.